All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Haloyam. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so this is going to be a very quick video, man. I just wanted to read this article real quick to let you know what's going on, man. To let you know what's happening. All right, because I've been reporting on this this war that's been going on, this tension that's been going on between the US and Venezuela. All right, and Russia got their hand in it a little bit. You know, as you see the title right here. It says Russia deploys advanced air defense systems to Venezuela as U.S. troops begin jungle warfare training. All right. So as time is going by, all right, you know, the Lord is amping up this war between the U.S. and Venezuela. All right. And Russia is allies to Venezuela. All right. And when you read Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, it talks about how Russia is going to be a guard unto all these other nations that are allies with Russia. Okay? And that's exactly what you're seeing right here. All right? Russia deploys advanced air defense system to Venezuela as U.S. troops begin jungle warfare. All right? And Russia and Venezuela, all right, just recently made their ties a lot stronger with each other. Okay? So let's see what's going on, man. Let's to let you know what's happening. What's going on. We're watching. You know, we're getting ready to see what's going to come of this. All right. The Lord is creating tensions. The Lord is making things happen to create tensions. All right. Between Russia and the U.S. All right. Because it is prophecy that Russia is going to come against America to destroy it. To destroy America and wipe it off the face of this earth, man. Russia's going to be the main ones to destroy America and sweep it off the face of this earth, according to biblical prophecy. All right. Russia in the Bible is known as the land of the north. All right. They're also known as the Medes in the Bible. All right. And it tells you that the land of the north, all right, or the land of the Medes is gonna set herself in array, all right, against Babylon, which is America. All right. You read about that in Isaiah the 13th chapter. All right. Jeremiah the 50th chapter. All right. So let's read this article. All right. It says the U.S. War Department has quietly deployed ground forces to the Caribbean for intensive jungle warfare training. Woo. All right. The first such operation in over 2 decades. All right. And we're living in that time where all you hear about is war. All you hear about is war. Every single day you hear about war. Rumors of wars. Every single day you hear about World War III. All right. All these nations are gearing up. You know. For in case World War III breaks out, which it ain't no in case, you know, it's going to happen because the Lord is going to fulfill his word. All right. All the word of the Lord is faithful and true. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. All right. Because it's inevitable. It's inevitable because it's prophecy. It must come. It has to come to pass. All right, this third world, you know, and you could arguably say that we're in it already. You know, the whole world is literally at war. You know, it just hasn't been officially declared yet as World War III. You don't hear it on the news. Oh, now we're in World War III. World War III has been officially declared. You don't hear that on the news, the radio. All right, but the whole world is at war right now, literally, man. All right, you got like three different conflicts, four different conflicts that Israel's in right now. You know, you got the Russia and Ukraine war, which the U.S. is involved in that. If I'm not mistaken, the UK might be involved in that, and you also have North Korean troops that's fighting alongside with Russia in that war. You got the tensions between China and Taiwan, China and Japan. Israel's at war with Iran and Hamas in Gaza. You know, you got this war going on with U.S. and Venezuela, which I'm reading right now. I've been reporting on it. Russia's also involved in it. All right, this is the time we're living in. We're living in that time, man, that Yahweh Shai spoke about. Okay? The U.S. War Department has quietly deployed ground forces to the Caribbean for intensive jungle warfare training. The first such operation in over 2 decades. All right? The drills come amid what analysts are calling the largest American military buildup in the region since the Cold War. Woo. All right, fueling speculation that Washington is preparing for a confrontation with Venezuela. Yep. All right, it says at the same time, Moscow has made its boldest move yet in Latin America. Woo. All right, you see how the Lord is just, bro, man. All right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is doing things, man. All right, it says at the same time, Moscow has made its boldest move yet in Latin America, deploying advanced air defense and missile systems to Venezuela to ensure the security, all right, Ezekiel 38, thou shalt be a guard unto them, all right, of President Nicolas Maduro's government. All right, the Kremlin's decision marks a dramatic escalation. Yep. All right, because the U.S. and Russia are not allies, are enemies. All right, the U.S. and Russia are enemies, so that escalated things. All right, the Kremlin's decision marks a dramatic escalation, effectively placing Russian missile batteries within striking distance of U.S. forces and signaling that any intervention in Venezuela could trigger a direct U.S.-Russia standoff. You see how the Lord makes things happen to fulfill his will? The Lord is just amping tensions up between the U.S. and Russia, because Russia going to be the main ones to destroy America. All right, and also Russia's allies and even America's allies, because America's allies are going to turn against America and shoot missiles over here as well. You read about that in Revelation, the 17th chapter. Okay? Let's keep reading. It says, while the U.S. hasn't sent enough forces to the Caribbean for a full-scale invasion of Venezuela, U.S. military planners reportedly do believe it has a sufficient force to seize strategic ports and airfields in Venezuela. All right, it says one of the options presented to President Trump would involve sending troops to capture airfields or oil infrastructures inside the country. All right, the ABC report said that U.S. soldiers and Marines are participating in a 3-week training course, once called Green Hell due to the similarities to combat in Vietnam at the base Aeronaval Cristobal Colon. Goodness gracious, bro. All right. formerly known as Fort Sherman, all right? The jungle training course at the base was shuttered in 1999 when the U.S. pulled troops out of the country as part of a deal to cede control of the Panama Canal and the Panamanian government. All right, let me read that again. It says the jungle training course at the base was shuttered in 1999 when the U.S. pulled troops out of the country as part of a deal to seize control of the Panama Canal and the Panamanian government. Earlier this year, President Trump was calling for the U.S. to retake the Panama Canal, which led to the U.S. signing a deal with Panama that allows U.S. troop deployments to bases along the canal for training and military exercises. Proponents of a regime change war with Venezuela to oust Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro point to the 1989 U.S. invasion of Panama that led to the arrest of Panamanian leader and former CIA asset Manuel Noriega. All right, it says but a major difference between a potential invasion of Venezuela and the U.S. invasion that ousted Noriega is the fact that the U.S. had a long-established military presence in Panama at the time. Maduro has vowed that Venezuela is ready to fight if U.S. attacks, and Russia has recently delivered air defenses to the country and is considering further support. Ezekiel 38 chapter, thou shalt be a guard unto them. All right, you see how Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is amping things up and making things happen. All right, the Venezuelan leader also says that a pro-government militia that has millions of members is also ready to take up arms against any invading force. All right, so you see what's happening, you see what's going on. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. Now you know what's happening, what's going on. All right, you don't live under a rock now. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Rat Tazad, this lesson was edifying. All right, well, you know, it wasn't really a lesson, but, you know, reporting on some news. All right, but Lord willing, it was edifying nonetheless. All right, to let you know what's happening, what's going on. All right, so with that being said, unto the next one, Shalom.